Hello, good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. I am very happy to be here at 10 o'clock on Saturday for episode 10 of Being Civil in Minnesota. So welcome back. For those of you who are just jumping on, this is Being Civil in Minnesota. It is a group where people can come and get free resources and legal information about the civil court system in Minnesota, kind of what the rules are. I'm Megan Mays, and I'm a lawyer, and I practice in the state of Minnesota in district court and federal court. I am also a qualified neutral, meaning I can provide alternative dispute resolution services such as mediation to individuals and families in court who are going through or are involved in a conflict. This is not meant to be make me your lawyer. This is not legal advice. If you need a lawyer, you absolutely should go seek one out. But I came here today to talk about top 10. And today's topic is top 10 things you can do to drastically help yourself lose your case. So hopefully everybody had a great, safe 4th of July. Nobody argued about holidays, I'm sure. So as you can see also, for those of you who are jumping back on, hi guys, good morning. I'm back in my office. The last 2 times I had to post from my house and my cousin's house, so it's good to be back in the office after the water damage that happened on Father's Day, which was before all of the flooding that happened in southern Minnesota. So for those of you who are still dealing with that, my heart goes out to you guys. So back in the office, back at it, top 10, what are we going to do? All right, so let's start with number 10. Not knowing the rules. If you don't know what the rules are, you can't play the game. So knowing what a court can and cannot do, what the state of Minnesota says is and is not acceptable or permitted to be done by the courts. You can find information like that at lawhelpmn.org. And you can, hey guys, good morning. If you have questions, just pop them in the chat here. And so yeah, not knowing the rules, big one. Number 9, setting unrealistic expectations. Well, it's easy to have unrealistic expectations if you don't know what the rules are. So this one seemed to follow right after that. So making sure that you know what a court can and cannot do so that you kind of know what the parameters are. Most of the time, we wish we could wave a magic wand and have the other person that is bothering you just disappear. But that would be an unreasonable or an unrealistic expectation. Courts can't change people, but they can structure things, a relationship between co-parents in a way that enhances your quality of life and the quality of life for your kiddos. All right, number 8, trusting the wrong people or the wrong resources. I appreciate that Brenda, your cousin, had a custody case 12 years ago, and their case happened this way. Brenda had a very different set of facts, very different, other party, maybe a different judge even, and every situation is different. And we cannot compare one outcome to another because there is a balancing of factors that a court has to look at. So it's not cookie cutter, although there are a set structure of rules that a court must consider. So just being very careful to make sure that you're looking at the right sources. Lying, minimizing, or dismissing your bad facts. Yes. One strategy can be say that the other person's the most terrible person in the whole world, and how could they possibly be the reasonable one? You're going to make mistakes, and nobody is a perfect human. I am not a perfect parent. I'm not So I don't expect my clients, or courts don't expect parents to be. Being real, being honest about some of the things that we struggle with. Yep, I didn't get Timmy to school on time 13 times, but Timmy had COVID. Or, it's just saying, oh, that doesn't matter. Of course, if you don't explain it, they can manipulate the situation. So it's always best to just get out in front of it, admit the things, and move on. Being unreasonable. In a divorce case, you should not be fighting over a light bulb collection. It is not worth $1,000, and no judge in their right mind wants to listen to any amount of testimony about who should be awarded this valuable treasure. Don't be unreasonable. Don't test positive for meth the day before trial and expect to walk out of there with custody. The facts are the facts. Courts are courts. People are people. But there's only so much that you can do, and being unreasonable is one surefire way to turn off the court. Appearing unreasonable. Number 5. That may sound the same as being unreasonable, but I see them as different. And the reason why I think it is different is because, for example, in very, very high conflict cases where somebody has, I'm calling it the new N-word, narcissistic tendencies, behaviors that may indicate narcissistic tendencies, they will use this particular time period as an opportunity to try to evoke sympathy, appear to be the victim, or try to make someone look bad. So take the high ground. It's not pleasant to take the high ground when somebody is incredibly high conflict, but courts are a place of reasonableness. So you want to be the most reasonable person in the room. Sure, the other parent may not have asked for the last 3 4th of Julys, but now there's a custody case going on, and they would really like to have the 4th of July this year. If you have nothing going on, try and make it work. And very likely you're going to get 24-hour notice that they want this, and they're going to set you up to fail. So, or to appear unreasonable. So falling into that trap is a mistake. Overcomplicating things. Number 4. Overcomplicating things. This is not a time to be adding fuel to fires, or to ratchet up the conflict, or to exact what you believe is fair, or, focus on the 3 S's during your custody or parenting time disputes: safety, stability, security. If you focus on those and your decisions are based on that and what's best for you and your kiddos, then that makes it very, very simple. Number 3, not taking it seriously. A lot of times it's incredibly overwhelming. I mean, what's more important to most people than their kiddos? And so it's not showing up to court, or finding it, too much, and not taking it seriously, not getting the documents ready, or things that you need to prepare in enough time, and giving yourself that space to gather all that stuff and to just kind of sit in the feelings of that. Maybe you can't bury your head in the sand. The case will move on with or without you, and it's always going to be better if you participate and are a part of the process. Number 2, forgetting about non-court options. So I grew up watching Law and Order SVU. Love me some Mariska Hargitay, and it's great. It's not the only way that people resolve disputes. Now, that is criminal, and I do civil, but I think there's sometimes a misconception that the courtroom is the only way that people can resolve things, that the judge is going to be a tiebreaker. And so forgetting about ways to keep your own decision-making power, there's alternative dispute resolutions. As I said earlier, I am a qualified neutral. So mediation is a voluntary and confidential process where two parties can explore kind of their goals, what are their perceived barriers to those goals, and try to help parties move forward. It can be incredibly less time consuming, less costly, and so forgetting about that as an option is a huge mistake. Number one, of course, I'm sorry, but I'm a lawyer, and so if you are going to work with a lawyer, a big mistake that you can make is hiring the wrong lawyer. Well, how do I know who the right lawyer is for me? Well, you meet with them, you figure out what is their process, what can you expect from them. If the lawyer isn't transparent about what they're going to be able to do with it's a service, right? So they are going to provide a service to you, and you should be able to know what that might look like. We would never just give a mechanic $5,000 and say, okay, yeah, you do whatever you need to do. No, we meet, we get a quote, we talk about things. I make sure that they have the experience that meets my needs. And so any lawyer that, should have a law degree, but what does that tell you? These cases are hard. And so finding a lawyer that is experienced in that kind of emotional toll, as well as the time, energy, resource that high conflict cases can take, and has strategies for many different kinds of scenarios, because not every story is the same. So those are my top 10 mistakes. This has been so great. I can't believe we're on episode 10 already. If you want, you can join the Facebook group, Being Civil in Minnesota. I am posting the episodes there, and you can ask questions, which I will answer Saturdays at 10. I've also created a YouTube channel. This is so new. And it's also called Being Civil in Minnesota. That makes it very, very easy. I will also be posting the episodes there. So if you guys don't have any questions, thanks so much for logging on. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.